Parents demanding answers after their daughters came down with a mysterious illness. 12 girls, all from the same upstate New York high school, coming down with symptoms like Tourette syndrome. The state health department has looked into it, but parents say they want the CDC to get involved. Dr. David Samadi is chief of the robotics division at Mount Sinai School of Medicine and a member of the Fox News Medical A-team. Hello, Doc. Good to see you.
How are you? Good to see you.
I am well, but those parents are afraid. First of all, we said it's kind of like Tourette syndrome. So what other symptoms can you expound on?
This is really a bizarre story. I mean, to just find a very localized area where you have all of a sudden 12 girls coming up with this kind of syndromes, it's basically tics. You're talking about repetitive motor symptoms where they have this jerky move or they have verbal tics out of nowhere. So they were fine a couple of weeks before, and now all of a sudden they're having issues with speaking, having these muscle movements out of nowhere, and it's very concerning. The parents are very concerned, obviously. But the truth is, this can happen, and I read a lot of studies about this, and about 10% of the time, this has been seen in the past. To see all of a sudden 12 of them in the same area, it's a little suspicious. You know, we don't really know exactly what's causing this.
So, but what could it be? Because you can't just chalk it off to stress. All the girls got stressed out at one time, and this happened?
Right. You're absolutely right. I think like when they're talking about a tremendous amount of stress can be leading to this, it doesn't make much of a sense. Now, they have looked in the environment. There could be a lot of chemicals that could be causing this that we don't know about. They're denying this. They're saying basically the environment is safe, everyone can come back to school. Now, there's also some cases of vaccination, which is also rare. But this is not one of those cases. This is not one of those HPV vaccinations that can cause this. To see 12 of them. If there was some one or two cases, I could argue that could be the case, but this doesn't make much of a sense. Now, some medications, you know, antidepressants and Ritalins, those can cause this as well. Those are the side effects, but of course
not all. All 12 girls, they're not taking Ritalin.
I agree. So I think there's something going on that we don't know. Now, they talked about the fact that because of HIPAA and violation...
Which is a privacy rule,
right,
which basically says that we can't let everybody know because it could just break out a health scare, basically, right?
And that's what we practice as a physician. I never share anybody's information from one patient to another. But if you have some sort of epidemic going on and you have all of a sudden a series of girls coming up with this kind of thing, CDC has to get involved and really, like, you know, give us a good recommendation of what parents need to watch out. A lot of this recovers and resolves gradually on its own. Some of these tics are simple ones. They're basically blinking, there are small motor movements. Some of them are very complex. So if it goes on after a couple of months, they need to see neurologists, they need to get MRIs.
After a couple of months, Doc, I don't think I'd wait that long.
They have gone through the preliminary studies. They all have seen doctors. They have not been able to come up with any obvious diagnosis. So we'll see if this is going to resolve on its own or whether they need further study.
I got to tell you, those parents are not going to wait for this to resolve on its own. They want answers. They want the CDC involved, and these girls got to get treated, and they got to get treated now.
It's a very big concerning. I'm a parent myself,
yeah.
And there's no question this is a serious issue. We just need to look and find out exactly what's going on.
And again, we don't know why. Before I let you go, we don't know why this is happening, really.
I read all the studies, and I can't come up with any answer. This is very concerning. And look, until we figure out, the parents have to make a decision whether they're going to send them to school or whether they're going to have the private training at home.
I got to go. But what a fascinating case. Dr. David Samadi, very concerning, and my heart goes out for this to those parents.
So no answers at the moment.
Can't believe it.
Okay.
A very bizarre, strange story.
Agreed. Thank you, Doctor.
Thanks, Doctor.
Hopefully we'll have the answer.
Yeah, right on. All right. In a moment here, a new election year.